about the top 10 Rampage open teams post, and then we'll talk about the stream game tomorrow. And also, there's going to be a game on Sunday to figure out which Rampage open team is going to be in the, like, I guess I'll just say, like, MSI Invitational against a bunch of different, like, gold, silver leagues. So I'm Focus, and then we'll just go down the line and say who we are and what team we're from.
I'm BLT. I'm from Tier 1 Alphas.
I'm Raleigh258. I'm the support for the Tortugas.
I'm Taide, and I'm the support for Iridescence Gaming.
Yeah, I guess I'm Teiho from. I'm technically the sub top laner for the Tortugas, but
Are
I
you not
guess
official
they.
yet?
I'm still not official, dude. Like we still have not fucking had our top laner show up. So.
No, you're official on the roster. Don't even. I'm looking at it right now.
I guess I'm the top laner for the Tortugas. There we go.
Alright, and my name's Unbound. I was previously on 9 Lives, we dropped out, and now I am substituting for Risen Meme Team Eclipse.
And I'm GayDCarry. I am the AD carry for Iridescence Gaming.
Awesome, thanks guys. Yeah, so let's talk about the top 10 teams that Unbound wrote. Published it a couple of hours ago, so I assume everyone or almost everyone's looked at it already. So we can just discuss people's stats. I don't know, do we want to go down the line, like 1 through 10 plus Feed the Dream at the end for the honorable mention? And
Yeah,
we
sure.
can argue. People can argue.
Yeah. I feel like
I think it might get a
want to
little
argue about 2, 3,
number
and
2
1.
and 3.
Yeah, I figured
I think the number 3 is in the wrong spot. I think that could be moved up 1 or 2.
Well, let's start with Scourge's house. So which group are they in? I have to check.
Group A.
Yeah, Group
Okay,
A.
Group A. So in Scourge's house we have, where are they on the sheet? Oh, we have Lynx, Frank, Tato. I'm gonna say these names wrong. I'm gonna assume that's Slut. Humanity, and then Decker X2 as the support.
I mean,
Scourge.
us personally, played them in scrims. That's all I mean, again, it's scrims, and they weren't really trying all that hard. So I can't really get it. I haven't also seen them play, so I can't really get a solid opinion. But I mean, they're 6-0, so they clearly have to be good.
But how many games has Squidward House actually played? Like, how many weren't just?
I believe they've won one by FF, and that was against Jets, who had just made like week 1.
Yeah, Jet's gone, so it looks like just them.
I don't know. From my perspective, it doesn't seem like anyone in their group is particularly good. So I don't dropping no games. I don't know is necessarily a sign of strength. Yeah, you can close out your games, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're playing good, but you might not be playing anybody. You know.
I don't know. Also, I played in Group A for a little bit, and I feel like that's kind of where my bias comes from, picking them number 1. It's like I played against them, I played against Teammate, I played against Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. I've played against all this team, so I kind of like know where their strengths are. I felt like since Squidward House, they just kind of roll over them. I think that Teammates are a pretty good team, and then whenever Teammate plays them, they just kind of smash them. So I feel like Squidward's House is a really good team, even though it may not really look like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, again, these are always going to be hard to see, like mostly being in an individual group because you also haven't seen any of the team. That's why I think I know this. We'll be talking about this later. The game against us and the Tortugas is definitely going to be like good because it's the first time we're actually going to get to see some of these teams go against each other.
From our point of view, the Tortugas, we would argue that we should be rank 1 because we've played all 6 weeks worth of matches.
Well, let's go to the Tortugas. Wait, so who's on your team? Let me get it on the screen.
That'd be me and Teiho
Teiho.
representing it.
Is it Bikoti? How do you say your jungler's name?
Bishota?
Bishota?
Oh,
Great anatomy.
The loudest boy on our team. Let's go.
I like the bot name. I poop my pants, and then Raleigh258.
That'd be me.
I wouldn't be so upset. So when I have the name I Poop My Pants wins the Rampage, I wouldn't be so upset.
You changed it to stain for a minute because after you poop your pants, you get a stain, but you changed it back.
And what's your? Oh,
they should not be number 1 actually because their mid is a Zillion one trick. So
have they not played a game?
Playing Zillion is literally like not playing the game.
I mean,
no, I don't think it's been updated.
Oh,
like I could play Sivir.
You guys won, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we played Team 21.
Okay, well, I can ask someone updated after this. I wasn't sure if it was
It should
reschedule?
be.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
2-1.
was like 2-1, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are 6-0.
Yeah.
And then next
We
is
get-
us.
Yeah, next is Iridescence, I guess.
I do understand why you put us third because we did have 2 FFs. Which is
Also,
fine.
I just
But
kind of
that's
think
not
like
saying our
your group's
game
kind of like
weren't.
weak right
Yeah.
now. So I just figured, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
the
like
group's kind
against
of broken, so it's kind of weaker. And I'm just like, if it's a power rank, you know.
Actually, no, our group was considered
But
to be
then,
one
like,
of
it's
the hardest
also
groups when they were
yeah,
at
that's
the beginning.
where it also
When in
comes
its
in. Like
prime.
Tortuga's Group D is I think everybody in Group D is still in there. So
Everybody in
Yeah.
Group D is still active.
I mean, the
and
thing
I'd
with
have to
our
say
group is
it's
that
probably
the other like really powerhouse team in our group, which was 200 Thieves, just turned out to be 2 Smurfs.
Yes.
So it's hard to
Two.
like really evaluate the true strength of them because the
Yeah,
second
which,
best rated
What's
team,
pretty
Obsidian,
much what I-
won.
I think our strongest fact, it was said in the thing in the top 10 that we can sort of play every lanes and you can sort of we can play through any lane and you
Yeah,
can
like
sort
I
of
like,
see
like
that,
we
see
don't
that.
really have like a star player on our team, but I feel like there's been games where every one of our lanes has had a time to shine.
Yeah, and we just
I noticed that as well when I was going through the match histories.
Well, what do your
like-
teams? So like TT and what do you guys usually? What does your comp usually look like for both teams?
our
I'm
comp
just
is
curious.
normally a bruiser top lane, a tank jungle,
Our top
anything
laner
mid,
refuses to play
an
tanks.
enchantress support, and a hyper carry ADC. That's pretty much every single
All
time.
right. What about TT?
So generally, we try to play around bot lane because I think that we have the highest level of consistency. So we'll generally draft a supportive or like control mid, whether it's like a team fight mage or someone that can control. We play a lot of Zillion. We played a lot of Azir.
Oh, okay.
And then any hyperscaling AD, an enchanter support, but sometimes I do play Braum or other tanks to really enable and engage because that's something that we struggled with before. And then
Oh, never mind.
and it some sort of engage in the top and jungle. So whether it's bruisers or tanks, they play both.
All right. So
Our
like,
top laner is really good at playing.
And our
every-
team fights normally run how we have the bruiser and the mid laner just pretty much go the back line, and then we just have me, Taide, and the jungler just peeling away and one-shotting all the tanks.
all right. So you guys got like the classic team
Yeah.
fight
Back to
comp.
back.
Classic team.
Yeah.
fight.
Classic
We're
team
pretty.
fight comp.
I would say overall that makes us pretty similar. I mean, I know I've seen like a couple Lucian games here and there, but we normally like to play to scale.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think comps like that are like the best ones to pull off in, I don't know.
I think
like
we
open
also have like
leagues.
really good team fighting. I know personally, like ever since I started playing League, I've always been like a good team fighter.
Mhm.
And I mean,
For-
that just is made a lot easier when you're playing like a hyper carry and stuff like that, mostly with an enchantress.
For us, that's definitely been our strength, even when because we started scrimming a lot before a lot of teams did. We played a lot before the season even started, and we would typically get down in the early game, like have a 2,000 to 5,000 gold deficit, and we would just come back in the mid game because we can out team fight everybody. So
We sometimes we have games where it's a little bit of a deficit, and some games we just have. Sometimes we have games where we pick a hyperscaling comp and end the game in 22 minutes. Like we've had games like that where
That's-
we just like pick late game and we still do well early.
We got Mr. We got Mr. Doggy Do in the chat. He said top is
Oh,
is that
star
the
player. He
boy,
said
Mr.
top is star.
Doggy Do?
Top is star player.
Okay, so they like to commit all their jungle resources to top lane and forget to notice that their mid and bot lane are getting so, and then they lose the game. And and then so how it works is he'll be like down, and then he'll have one team fight, he'll get a triple kill, and then the game's over. But he's definitely had some games where he pops off.
He will always complain about whatever his opponent is, unless it's a tank. Like if he's
Unless it's
against,
that sounds like Teiho.
yeah, like if he's against like.
What? No, I complain about everybody because everybody plays trash champions in the top lane.
Teiho always wins though.
Hey, that's
I
just
would
top
also
lane,
like
though.
to note that
I'm like, I can't.
All the trash.
Like,
Also,
like,
wait.
like literally, like people play fucking trash, like fucking Comet Malphite, and then wonder why slap top lane, and I'm just like, dude, come on, man, like get out of my top lane, dude. Or they'll play like small PP Darius, and then be like, well, why can't I win against Maokai? And I'm just like, get out.
Do you?
I'd like
do
to
you
also
play
make a
Maokai?
note that I have personally been playing mid in ranked as of recently, and I just play ADC only in Risen games, and
So you're gonna play a mage.
So
bot
basically,
lane?
you were me in focus because I was a top lane main, and I had to play ADC because our top.
Well,
or
not
even
even that.
really
I
Yeah,
was
playing
playing
ADC
ADC for
solo
most
queue
part of the
sucks.
season,
I think solo queue ADC sucks.
and I just stopped playing it and started playing mid.
Do you want me to
Because
give you a
it's fun.
cookie or like what? Like
Hey, let's see
I'm
some
not-
mages bot lane. That's what I want to see.
I'm just saying, like I very rarely actually play. I mean, me and Taide were doing earlier, and I played ADC in that, but I just hate solo queue. I currently really dislike the meta because
Kind of
Jinx
funny
and
that the
Sivir
one
are
game you
resident
played mid,
sleeper.
you lost.
Dark,
What?
dark. Wait, who's Dark Pie? He's flaming you.
He's one of my friends. He like that's my friends. They like to flame me. I don't
Oh,
give a
okay.
shit though. Dark Pie's still trash. He still claims that he's gonna hit diamond, but he can barely make it out of plat. So.
Oh no.
Oof.
Alright, so who is oh, Cloud. Riley, can you stop hitting your desk?
what? Oh no, that's me typing. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's typing.
That is very loud typing. Alright, let's go to fourth. Cloud 10. Cloud 10 is a classic team. They've been around since season 1. Did they win? I think they won in season 2.
They won
In,
season
or,
one.
was or season 1 in Rampage. So classic
Well, how do they do that?
classic
Open
Risen team.
league.
I think that
But they just have players that play every year, or like someone takes the name every year.
Okay.
There's some teams in Open that just one player will take the
Yeah, and
name
I
every year with his
believe-
name.
It's like the name
Is it
FTD has
Spanish
been
teacher?
around a long time.
I guess
as well.
yeah, SSG. Yeah. Spanish teacher's on the team. Wait, let's see. Yeah, so I know Spanish teacher. I don't know who Unforgiven is. Dragon, Dr. Magnus. I have no idea how to say this person's name. Something.
I
Leak.
believe it's just Spanish teacher from the old Cloud 10 last season.
Yeah, Spanish teacher has been on Cloud 10 before. So is anyone in a group with them?
I don't think so.
no.
Silver, Smurvers, Hebers in that group.
Okay. Well, I know that Spanish teacher is not a top laner, which always confuses me because I think is he a support or is he? He's not. He does not play top though.
He was a support.
He's a support,
For a
yeah.
long time.
So that always
Yeah.
I'm always like confused when I see him top lane like on here.
I personally think
Support
the
gone
top
top lane.
3 are like a lot better than the bottom 6.
I would
personally.
agree. Also.
I just
Yeah.
think it's
I feel like
I
I
mean-
knew going into it, I knew IRD, Squidward's House, and Tortugas were going to be top 3. It took me a little bit to figure out who was going to be, like, how that was going to be ordered, though. I switched it around. Then from there on out, I mean, you could argue also that YCG could be above Team 8, but
Have we
I
played
feel
any?
like
Have we
How
played anyone
many,
else on
yes.
this list? Do we know any of these?
I have played Obsidian Horizon, and I don't think they're very good.
I've played against YCG.
I mean,
YCG.
honestly,
Yeah, I've
all
also
of the
played
games
YCG.
so far, like, I feel like none of the games have really been that challenging for us.
Honestly,
I don't-
Oh, they have
the
I
only
don't think
team
I've
that
ever
we
none of the
like-
games for our team have been that challenging for us.
the only team that we have played against that has actually made it any sort of challenging for us has been the team we played last week, T1A.
Oh,
Their
Tyrann.
mid laner is very, very, very good. So much better than our mid laner.
Oh,
I
I-
love my mid laner. He's a good guy, and he plays good League of Legends, but he's just kind of outclassed by this guy.
No,
And
Trent's
literally
Trent's
from
Trent's a good
that-
mid. He's played before in Risen.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I just
Raymond
said-
Capitals is his name, I think.
Tilted Trent.
Tilted Trent.
Yeah, he's good.
Wait, no. I'm talking about whoever.
Team 21
Team 21.
is
For-
random.
No, I'm talking
Capitals.
about Yeah, Team 21. Sorry.
I do
I'm
not
a
know.
big fan
I
of
don't
Team
know.
21.
I don't know who Random Capitals is. I actually don't think I know any of these people. Maybe Ultra. These people I think might be all new to Risen.
I just did looked at the spreadsheet. The top 3 has dropped a total of 3 singular games.
Oh, in
Yeah,
series
like-
matches.
I think it might be 4 because we dropped one last week.
No, we dropped 1. Scripted House has dropped 0, and you
I
guys.
just realized, looking at our ranks on the sheet, we really don't look that impressive. We have 2 silver 1s, a silver 2, and 2
Oh,
gold
those are also
4s.
very outdated.
Well, these are frozen
Yeah,
ranks,
these
so
are
from
I'm
the,
gold
Frozen Nation
2
started.
right now. Taide, you're gold 3. Dodo is actually silver, and Doggy is like gold 2 as well.
That's because
Yeah.
that's what your frozen rank
yeah, this is just
is.
frozen
Yeah.
ranks, so it doesn't
We're
change over the season.
We had a point where we were kind of scared because Taide, me, and our old jungler, lost to the Malker. Well, he changed his name because his main got banned.
Got banned,
Or-
of course he got banned. I knew he would.
Yeah,
he
we
was
all
so
did.
toxic.
He was so toxic and solo queue.
So toxic.
Really nice guy, but not in solo queue.
Nice, but as
so-
soon as he got tilted in solo queue, he would like literally run it down sometimes.
Yo, that
So-
flying tackles.
So, but that's not important. So we
Yeah, not
had a
important at
scare
all.
where we thought like 3 of our players were gonna rank out, and we also hadn't heard from our mid laner in like 2 weeks, and we were like, oh,
We
this
almost.
might be the end of IRD. But then I started doing really bad in solo queue, and
Then I
started
went on a huge losing streak.
and
Like
Doggy Doo
13
was
games
never
in a
really.
row.
And then our mid laner came back. He's a really good player. He's always consistent. He's like consistently like smashing people. Like
Yeah, our mid
but
laner has been
he's just
very consistent. He
yeah.
doesn't talk much, but he's a very consistent player.
yeah, he's a very consistent player, and he just sometimes he gets a little unreliable. But that was now he's starting to pick it up. It was just because something happened and he
Yeah.
was gone for a while. But he's definitely a really strong player, and his rank doesn't really show that.
Well, is there anyone
I feel
else
like that happens
that's either on
a
the
lot.
list or wasn't on the list that I don't know is good, or maybe there's like
Yeah.
individual players that are good that are on teams that
The
didn't
8th
make the
place
list.
team, Team 21, I would move up quite a
Team
lot.
21.
I would
Oh,
say they're
were
better
they?
than.
Oh, they were on the list. Okay, let's see. Team 21, yeah.
I
Team
would say
21
they move up.
What are they?
Number
What,
8.
I
what are
kind of
they?
feel bad
They're
for
3-2?
BMB
Or they're
because
3-3? It seems like.
3-3, yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
but
their fault they have to
I
play us twice.
believe
Yeah.
it's just not like us.
It's not like I can't like
recorded
really
yet.
think of much of like a single like player that really was impressive, except it was a top laner for one team. Like he almost put. Do you remember that? Do you remember that series? GayDCarry, the one with where like the top laner he played like Darius and Garen, and like
Oh,
he
yeah,
almost carried that
I
first
know
game.
who you're talking
That
about.
was
Wait,
super
it's
good hit.
But
so it's good hit, yeah.
that,
Dude, that's
yeah,
classic
him.
He
hit.
good
Yeah.
almost cheesed us with the Garen.
Because Garen's
What
good.
season did good hit
Our
win?
top laner was better than
Wait, did
that.
good hit? Where? Oh, there he is. Oh, and he's on Obsidian. Okay.
Like
that guy, he really threw us for a loop.
Yeah, good hit's
yeah,
good. He
Good hit
he's
won back
he's-
in
yeah, he won. He won Dominate. What season was that? That was
season
my
3.
yeah, see,
The Team 18.
or was that season 4? That was the season I started. I think it was season 4.
I'm
good
looking
hit
in
by
the
far.
Hall of Fame right
Did I
now.
s-
He
did
won
I
with
s-
Team 18.
Did I start in season 3? Okay, maybe I did.
but it's really sad because our old jungler, Jesus, I can't speak English, was really good. I think he's plat 3 or 2 right now. Like he
There are
climbed up a
questions
lot.
in the Chat, by the way.
Yeah, you can ask questions, Dark Pie, if you want. As long as they're not. As long as
Offensive.
those aren't offensive questions. You can flame your friends if you want. I
They
think
don't
Poop.
need permission for that.
I think
They're
Poop is gonna
right
smash GayDCarry. Who is this Solangerous? So,
That's
I'm not saying. Oh, that's true. Is that your mid laner?
I mean, he is, but like we don't necessarily need to discuss that. We can just.
Oh,
let it
is
happen.
that Grey Anatomy?
Yeah. I mean, I know me and Grey Anatomy we were trying to set up scrims and we've been talking about stuff before. I definitely think this game on Sunday, I guess we can maybe transition into that.
Yeah,
Is
we can
gonna
talk about
be
that, and then we'll talk about the
really
stream on
good.
Friday.
I think the game on Sunday is gonna be really hype.
Wait, so let's
Yeah, I'm
explain.
excited.
Let's explain. So there's a bunch of different gold, silver, some plats in the leagues, like low plats, are doing a like MSI type invitational with different leagues. And for Risen, a couple of teams are playing each other to decide who gets to go. 2 teams from each league are going. So who's
Yeah,
playing? It's the Tortugas and
And
Iridescent.
IRD.
IRD.
Yeah, that are playing on Sunday. And it's a
Yep.
best. Is it a best of 3? I think.
Best of 3. Yeah,
Best of
Sunday
3,
7
yeah.
p.m. We don't know if we're gonna stream because that is the same time that Champs is, but we're hoping that we
I
can
mean,
maybe get it.
I think it's a game worth
it could be
streaming.
on Risen too. I guess we have a second
Yeah, we were
channel.
talking with Joe about it.
You just need a streamer for it.
I
Yeah.
also think it'd be cool to play a best of 5 just to play one, but
I also
I
just
think
have
it'd be a good idea to do best of
me
5
nor
too.
our top laner just don't have the time.
which is
There's
fine.
no
we
Like,
can-
I'm not mad about it. I just wish it was 5 games. You know.
Do the
I
players
wish it could.
slash
I wish it
captain-
could be a best of 5, honestly, because
There's-
I'd love to do best of
There's
5.
a
Dark-
question.
Darkbite,
Yeah.
do the players slash captains think there's a difference between a player's macro where they're ranked and their micro where they're ranked and their macro where they're ranked in game knowledge? So like, is there a difference between
Yeah, definitely.
micro macro?
Absolutely. 100%.
I think like you could take our mid laner. He's a very good micro player, but we sort of had the other team do our macro.
Like usually our jungler would be the one who would like call out our plays and stuff like that.
But now it's sort of moved on to Taide and sort of me. It's sort of like a mix of everyone. You also don't want to have famous
I've been trying
PSM
to.
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Like,
does
everyone
everyone
I've been trying
talking?
to step into the role of primary shot caller now.
Yeah. Does it affect team play? I feel like it definitely does. I feel like having a player that's really bad at micro and really good at macro is not something you want in a silver gold league, because if you just have a player that's like 0-10 by 15 minutes, it doesn't matter like
Yeah.
when they think you guys can get Baron, and like it doesn't matter.
It
You
might
need to be
it might depend on the position though.
Yeah, I guess
Support
that's
It
support
definitely-
support you can get away with it. If you're like a tank top, you can get away with it. You can get away with being bad micro if you're just playing a tank top. Not to say
yeah,
that
but
not
like
to
if
say that
you're
every
an
tank
ADC and you're just a bad micro, like I just found myself going against ADCs and I'm just out CSing them, not due to the fact that our lane is any more pressure, just because I know how to last it.
Yeah,
Like,
there are often times that Poop and I will win lane purely based on the fact that the enemy support doesn't look like they've ever played a single game bot lane in their life.
oh yeah,
that might be
so
true.
Yeah,
That might
oh
be
my
true for
God.
some of them. Some of them might be
We
autofill.
play against some of the most embarrassingly bad bot lanes that
I was
we almost feel bad.
I think it was a Thresh, but anyway, yeah, in one of our games, I was playing Nami versus Thresh, and I built like a Medjai Soul Stealer, and I got like
Oh
fully
yeah,
stacked by the end of the game.
I remember
And,
that.
and then in game 2, I did it again, but on Sona.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why are you building a match on Nami?
Because why not? He's like 1-1 and
Because
21. It's like 25 stacks. He can one shot
Yeah.
the
What
ADC.
a chat. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, Darkray, I would say that from my experience in the open leagues, this goes for Rampage and Dominate. Most of the best players probably are good because they're good micro mechanically as opposed to macro. But I would say I would say a lot of teams have at least one good macro person on their team.
Yeah, I think
For us,
it's also different in pre-made and open, I would presume.
Yeah, I'm talking just about open.
because
pre-made.
pre-made
do-
like macro matters because you have a group of set together players, but like open, if you're getting a few people together and they're just all good micro players, you're gonna be
You
good.
can get away with not having good macro, like in Rampage.
Yeah,
and
because if
Dominate.
if you're constantly winning lane, but I feel like a very important thing in this league is learning how to close out a game. It doesn't happen
yes.
often. We find so many teams. Here, let me get to that question later. We find so many teams that just like get ahead early and then they just don't do anything for 20 minutes. It's like, okay, well, we have a Jinx and a Jack, so you have your timer, and once that timer hits a certain point, you've lost the game.
Do you think open is decided by lane dominance or map control?
Lane dominance.
Yeah, I would say lane. Definitely.
But I feel like if you're
I
a really
disagree,
good
actually.
team
I was
If
gonna
you're
do-
open
I was
that
gonna
knows how to
disagree
roam
too.
around your support and roam around your top laner, you will be better than a lot of the.
I think that 100% you can lose every single lane and still win games because we've done it before. We're not all of us are playing super well, and we just kind of turtle up a little bit, and then out macro we win games. We've come back from like 10,000 gold deficits before. It's really not hard as long as your macro's better, I think.
We feel like a lot of the time we come back from 10,000 gold deficits and then we check the gold chart and they're really not that big. Like
We'll be behind
we
in
don't
kills,
get a
but
lot of
the gold
comebacks. We
difference
just
will
straight
never
up out
be that
macro
bad.
and wait for our time.
Yeah.
Like I can't say we've had like a 10k gold comeback because we just haven't.
Yeah, Dark. I would say that most good teams are probably good because they're lane dominant, but from what I've seen in the past, like the best team probably wins because they're good at map control. Like if you're good at
Yeah.
map control, then you probably are the best team or one of the best teams, regardless of your micro.
If you place vision, you're literally better than any other. You're better than half the teams. If you're buying a control word every recall,
Guys, why
Our
are you-
jungler.
Probably true. Does everyone
Famous for
does
not
everyone
buying
on your
control
team
wards.
does everyone on your teams buy control wards?
I try to buy as many as possible. Our old jungler used to
Yeah,
buy
actually,
a
Jungler, he
lot.
would always claim
Word.
as like you're not buying enough control wards.
And
then,
he
you
has
look
like
at the end
30
game
at the end of the game. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
there
he
is a
could buy, like,
certain
30 control
extent
wards.
where
What a good
What are-
jungler.
I buy 2 every back.
And no, he was a
I
great
buy.
jungler.
Well, what role are you?
Jungle.
Another
That's
good
like
jungle.
important. Like ADCs. I also prefer yellow trinket over blue trinket as an ADC. But that's just
No.
me.
You need the blue trinket though. you can't always walk up to a bush to see
Yeah.
someone sitting there. That's dangerous.
I think the blue trinket's a little overvalued.
Blue trinket's after
to
lane
be
though.
honest. Like
Yeah.
you
I
need it for,
personally like the
30
yellow
minutes,
trinket more.
but
I
Yeah,
like
but
very
Always
rarely
buy
buy
blue as soon as you hit 9.
Yeah, it's only because as an ADC you cannot walk up to bushes. Like
And
that's
also,
that's
you
so
need at least
dangerous.
one on your team.
Yeah,
can,
you
like,
do
check
for
objectives.
Baron. For Baron, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, they
Uh,
said
can we raise
I
the
think if your
bot lane,
support's
man?
good, you don't really need to be blue trinking it all the time because it's not
I
like the
think
enemy
this
team is
game-
going to be controlling the vision so much.
I think
Eh.
if your support's good, you don't need a yellow.
if you're playing against a good team that
Yep.
knows how to control vision. It's better.
Also,
It's better
okay, so
to just know how to
Solandra's
do
your
that.
mid laner side. Can we rate the bot lane matchups? I feel like
For
the game
Sunday?
we're playing is very, very actually not dependent on bot
GayDCarry
lane matchups.
Taide versus I poop my pants Raleigh.
Because if we're both playing
What a
scaling,
matchup.
What a
I feel
matchup
like
in
it matters
Raleigh.
about the solo lanes a lot more.
Well, what do you guys? Do you guys play the same types of champs?
Yeah,
Okay, so in ADC and in support, you both play the same types of champs.
like I mean,
Jinx
you,
poggers.
yes, that champion is so freelo.
Raleigh,
It's-
what do you play usually?
I play everything. I've played Enchanters and Engage.
Uh-oh, your team's
What do you
firing
want
back.
to say, Teiho?
I'm
What do
sorry.
you want to say? Come on,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna
come
say.
on. No, I want
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
No. I choked on my
I've
drink.
played.
I don't know what you're talking about. I choked.
I've played a lot of Enchanters, but I've also played like Braum, Leona, and
Oh.
Wait, Urk, are you I poop my pants? Is that you?
Yeah, that's
My
it.
team sticks me on Morgana half of the time.
okay, because that
Oh,
champion is also freelo.
Morgana is good. Okay,
I
but
don't like. I think
you know
Morgana's
who I
so
like to play
boring.
into Morgana? Tip, Soraka. Soraka beats Morgana.
I like
we
playing
also
Sona into
play Sona.
Morgana.
Yeah, Morgana.
Sona's
Yeah.
fine
I
though.
think
If you
Sona's
get hit by a bunny, you're dead in lane. It's the only
He
scary
doesn't
part.
though, so like it doesn't
How do
matter.
we
That's
deal
that's the scary part. How do you
Cade doesn't get hit. No,
how
getting
do you
hit by
deal with
bunnies is
tilting
my
on?
job.
How do you deal with
To answer
tilting?
that question,
How do
deal with
teams deal with tilting on their team?
A lot of
You
it is
have to ask
personal.
my top laner.
A lot
That's
of it
why
is
I should
personal.
ask
You have
us.
to be able to kind of draw into yourself, take a deep breath, realize that they're not trying to tilt you on purpose, or the enemy team is like not
No.
doing it to you, and you just got to be quiet for a game. That happened to us on our last week. Bot lane was pretty tilted. Like me and Eric were really tilted by what was happening. Just generally, we just kind of took deep breaths, didn't talk all that much, won the next game, and got
Yeah.
offline.
Mhm.
That's what sometimes our top laner does this. Sometimes you just need to mute yourself. Like I know it's kind of bad for like macro, but sometimes like that's just important for you to do as a player. If you feel like you're going to be tilted enough to get you just need to also as a player, as a team dealing with someone, you just need to be like, these are our win conditions. Do this and
Yeah.
we'll be fine. Mostly if you're playing scaling comps. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what you'd tell. I don't know. Give me like a hyper.
I mean,
Like
we
I
usually
don't know
just
what you
let him
tell a
let his
top
rage
lane
out anyway,
Pantheon.
and we win anyway.
If you're playing like top lane Pantheon and you're getting like trashed on, it's like that's when it starts to get a. But if he's playing like Jax, I'm like, You're going
he
to
was
hit a
playing like
point
Jax
where you're
versus
just
like
gonna kill him.
Victor. I remember the Victor game. That was when he got super
Oh,
tilted.
that doesn't sound fun.
CS at 10 minutes, and he was getting super tilted. But we were like winning on the bottom side of the map, so we were just so we let him get his rage out, and we just won the rest of the map. And eventually, he ended up catching up because he's Jax, and
Yeah.
we just won the game.
Yeah, and also you can always rely on someone else on your team to actually kind of pick you up.
hmm
You're not doing so well.
Yeah, but like, there's nothing better feeling than like, this is for me like just playing in general, having like a game where you are set really far behind, and then you get that one team fight, and you get like a triple kill, and you feel so good. Like you're like, yes, I get to shit on that like
Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Kench or like whatever champion on the enemy team is really making you angry, and then it feels so good to just like destroy them. I mean that happened in our game before. Let me bring it up on Risen. I'm really far up here. Is this it? Yeah. So he went Jax, and he was far behind McKinnon, and McKinnon, and then he has one team fight. He gets a triple kill, and then the game's over. Like that feels really good. I know.
It's always
If we were
Jax.
Sounds
talking
like
about really
Jax.
good players,
Yeah.
Aurelio
Yeah, it's always Jax.
was the player we were talking about.
I really want to be.
Spear Shojin, by the
He's
way.
really good.
I really just
Earth
does
He
Item,
was
by the way.
trying
he-
so hard
he
to
actually
carry.
play Irelia? He doesn't even have Irelia.
I don't know.
Oh, he's a Jax player.
He's just sort of like
Really?
he was playing really well. He was playing, and he was trying so hard, but his bot and mid lane were just like not having the greatest game. I mean, they picked Ziggs, and then Dodo picked Zed and went 12-4.
Oh, six.
Like,
And then the
how
game
can we
after
ever
that,
lost the bot lane?
he picked Jax into Shen, and he was stomping the Shen, but you have a 15-2 LeBlanc and a 13-3 Jinx. Like, what are you gonna do?
Mm.
Like, But I also remember that
From
game,
what I've
mostly
seen,
the game
like
we played against Jax, we kited around him perfectly. Like I just remember team fights where it's just like we would because no one on the other team was really that threatening, so we would just like kite out the Jax and then like get excited on Jinx and then just one shot the back line. The last team fight in that game was also really hype. Like I think we traded like 2 or 3 for 1, and it was literally me and LeBlanc alive, and then we just like killed the whole enemy team, and it was just like, I mean, that's what
Cool.
happens again when you have a 13-3 Jinx and a 15-2 LeBlanc.
I don't think I want to know about your on-hit Twitch strat. I poop my pants. I don't know about that one.
Oh,
Is
I
that
don't want to
Hoop?
know about
I
that
don't know
either.
about that.
It's
Hey,
actually very
Hoop.
good.
Hoop, I gotta ask, you build Dirk on Twitch? I gotta know.
Oh, that makes me want to
What?
vomit in my mouth, actually.
Bro, if you ever watch FSN Saber, he builds Dirk on Twitch, and it's so disgusting.
Oh, my ADC is chiming in, says it doesn't sound good. My Dom open ADC.
But I think it
Trust
also
me,
just-
Dirk on Twitch is great. Just build the Dirk,
Borgensus Witz.
first back. It's so good. You just steal it.
What? Where's your runes?
I don't know where the math
Yeah,
comes
later.
from. It's so good.
Where's the damage? Like, I guess you get extra points on your passive that does like 2 damage a second, so it really doesn't matter.
Are all of you planning on staying in silver gold, or do you plan on trying to go up higher soon?
Oh, I've
Oh,
tried to go
I
up higher,
almost
don't
climbed
worry.
out, but I went on like a 13-game losing streak and dropped 2
Oh.
divisions.
I peaked gold 1, 56 LP, and then I
I was
went
gold 1
and
in
then
my promos
dropped
with
all the
2
way down
wins.
to gold 2, 0 LP.
Gold 1 in my promos with 2 wins, and then I dropped down to like gold 3.
Both me
Yeah.
and Poop are actively trying to promote out of this league so we can get away from this team. Just
Hey, some
Yeah, like
some people want to do that. Some people do that.
I was thinking at the
I already
beginning,
set
like I
my
didn't
goal
really
for this
want
season
to
for
rank
Flash,
out. Like
so-
we were sort of like thinking as a team, we didn't really want to rank out, but we're just like we can't hold each other back. Like we can't just do that, and we'll just all rank out and join Dom Pre-Animated next season. So like,
Did you say I may be at gold 199 LP? You might get dinged by roster. Don't let them. Don't say that everywhere. They might make you try to get
They
in
remove
promos.
Is
that.
that
They
true?
removed that rule where you have to like play
They
7
did,
games.
He is
but
actually
They
did, but
did,
now they can
but
they
they
can
is that
determine
gold
but
if
they
you're
one?
too good
they
now.
still have discretion. If you're like sitting in
Yeah.
your promos or
Oh
something, this
God, please
platform.
no!
Oh
don't.
yeah, if you're sitting at
I-
gold, he
I-
actually is gold 1, 99 LP. I thought he
Ow.
was lying.
Mystical, what is Rampage? The league that you were in like last week. Rampage, but not open. I mean, but not pre-made. Okay, wait. So let's ask. I'm asking BLT and Unbound this because everyone else is biased. Who's gonna win on Sunday?
I'm gonna mute my mic.
I think the Tortugas are going to win.
Why do you think they'll win?
Ooh.
I've played against them. For one, and even with me constantly shutting down their AD carry, the rest of the map won. So he was still able to come back, and they just outplayed the entire team. I think they have really good micro and macro, so I feel like they're going to win.
What was
I
your
love
team
you.
again? I keep forgetting your team.
Tier
dude.
1 alphas.
yeah, you're a real homie.
Hey,
You know that?
playoff run coming, right?
So, what's your opinion?
Unbound.
All right, let's see. I think like they said, bot lane pretty much plays the same things. Like they play Jinx and then like the an Enchanter. So I think whoever can have the better jungle matchup, and whoever plays better on top and mid will win.
Oh man, we lose.
And I don't know.
What?
Someone
Jungle
thinks
matchup?
they
Dude,
lose
hold
already.
on.
So
Just
Does that
don't
mean
let our
that we
jungle
have to get
lose.
ganks? Because if we have to get ganks, dude, then it's over, bro. Like,
Or if we're talking about hit us might, it's
like,
done.
what's
Cancel.
like? I hear him in comms, but I don't see him on the map, and I'm so like, it makes no
damn,
sense.
flaming your jungler.
So who is that like? Who's your prediction then?
Let's see. You know what? Since BLT went with Tortugas, I'm gonna go with IRD. I'm gonna go with Iridescence.
Round of applause.
It's gonna be a 2-1. I want to see 3 games.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think it's gonna
always
be
always
way
want to
too
see
low.
3 games.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good set.
And what's
Yeah,
personally
it'd be a shame if we like hyped Iridescence up and they just rolled over like every other team.
It'd be
I
funny.
mean, I think
I
it's
just-
gonna I think it's gonna be a 2-0, and I'm not gonna say which team, but the reason why I think it's
I
gonna be
know
a
what you're
2-0 is
thinking.
because always after the first game, the
Yeah,
other
say
team,
it.
the game twos
It's the
are
mental
always so much worse
advantage.
than the game ones.
Yeah.
Usually, if we beat someone
Uh,
game one and it's like a close game, the game two is always just like a stop afterwards.
So what
Yeah,
about
Like, people just
We typically lose the second game, not the first game if we drop a game. Both games that we've lost have been game 2, not game 1.
we dropped one game too.
dude? My team is like that too.
Dude, I don't even know. I think we're gonna get fucking smashed 2-0. And our team's
You have
pretty trash.
confidence in your team.
What? No, dude. I believe in these kids, but they're also kids, so they're pretty bad. I don't.
How old are you, Teo? Just because you're married.
I'd say, are you the same age as them? You just call them a kid.
He thinks he's cool because he's got a whole wife.
What are you
A
talking
whole one.
A
about,
whole
dude?
wife.
Imagine having to pay taxes. It's not like
Right? Like, imagine paying taxes like a whole month ago.
It's okay,
I
Teo.
work from home, herpaderpader, can't scram, I'm working, herpader.
Oh my god.
It's
I think
okay.
I think regardless, it's gonna be really close. And of course, this is a little biased, but I'm just gonna give myself the edge because mid diff.
I think that
What?
we're gonna
it's
get
good
the
to have
edge.
No,
confidence.
I believe that if we get Gray off of fucking Zillion, we're gonna smash. whoever.
I've never seen.
Please
Have
put
a
your
good
mid
game
laners
also.
on champions that actually play League of Legends.
I mean, if
I
my midlaner
agree
could
with
play
you.
League of
Like
Legends,
every
worst
game, we
thing.
need him on something supportive. Like I honestly want to see him on a carry, so that way I can see him.
We-
he
pop
played
off.
Ziggs that one time.
Yeah,
Ziggs is not someone
yeah.
that
A
pops off.
team also
Ziggs is
played
just
Ziggs
kinda like
against us
whatever.
and went 0-7.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, but we're a good team.
Questionable.
Teo, come on, who are we playing here?
I
You're
flame
gonna sell
everyone
those
equally.
One
I
strike over
flamed it
come
before
on.
stream, so now I gotta flame our team to equal it out, man.
At least
Like
our
the
AD
stream
can
should have
play
been
more than one
running so that way
champion.
they
Come
could
on.
hear all the flame. Like, come on, man. Like I got everyone catches equally. It's like I'm playing Magic, dude. Everyone catches these hands equally. So it's whatever.
Yeah, I think it's definitely on the solo lanes in the jungle. I feel like, I mean, bot lane again. If like we play hyperscaling and one team does get ahead, then we'll end up with that team
Actually,
having a large
you
advantage.
know what? I'm gonna give the advantage to whoever plays Thresh jungle in this
Oh
matchup.
yeah, let's see another Thresh jungle and Rampage open.
Please no.
So
That's
about
where I'm
Thresh
giving the
jungle.
edge.
Please don't do that.
Classic.
Hey, it's so
hey,
good.
someone won the
Trust
Thresh
me.
jungle
I'm leaving my
last year.
team.
We
Yeah,
got
that's
some
what the
secret
Blaze
picks that are planned
Hey.
though.
Semifinals last year.
Okay, can
Thresh
we just get a
jungle.
gentleman's agreement that no Sonatar? Just
Yeah,
real
we
quick.
tried it
Can
once.
we play
and it was-
Sonatark in our solo lanes though? Because I've been
Hey,
polishing.
sleeper bot lane, play Lux Sona. I like that one.
You know what
I
I've
think
seen?
Teiho's
I've
team
seen
wins
Sona
because they're-
Nautilus, Sona ADC and Nautilus support. and,
Yeah,
like
what does
Kaiba.
happen if we ban Jinx? Like, what happens? Like, I know your champ pool isn't that deep,
I
but like,
play Kaisa or Kog'Maw
Yikes.
Kog'Maw.
or yes, I
Kai'Sa,
do actually
resident
play a nasty
sleeper.
Kog'Maw. Zaya. I have Mastery 7 on half the ADCs.
I
More
don't
than
even get tilted when I get focus top. What are you talking about? All I do is
Yeah,
ulting
focus
under
Kog'Maw?
tower.
Add Solbert my ADC.
I don't
Solbert's
have
a
that big of
Kog'Maw.
a champion pool in Risen because teams keep on giving me Jinx, so there's no reason to differ from it.
What about the stream game on Friday? Because Team 21 and FTG are on this list, top 10 list as well.
Really?
Yes.
I think the
well,
Team 21 is going to
FTD is
crush them.
is an honorable mention, and
Honorable
Team 21
mention.
is
I-
number 8.
I felt like I was forced, but I'm sticking Horizon on there, so
Yeah.
FTD
Game
honorable
is
mention.
rescheduled though.
Oh, so they're not being
Oh, it is
streamed.
rescheduled.
Do we
No.
know what the other stream? Oh, so there's probably
Yes,
not
we
even.
do.
Oh, what
It's
is it?
T1A versus
Oh,
Iron
it's your. Oh yeah,
Chefs.
it's your team. Okay.
Mhm.
Who's on Iron Chefs? Where is Iron Chefs? Oh, why is her name not on here?
Chest. Wasn't that was the best in Oxford's team?
That was best
right?
in Oxford's team.
Yeah.
And then he ranked out after like 1 week, was it?
Yeah,
He's doing
used
pretty
my-
well right now. He's like plat 2 or something.
He's plat 3. I watched his
3
stream.
now.
I've used my free.
Have you guys played either of these teams? Do you have opinions on either?
Oh, we have scrimmed against them. It was one of our first scrims.
I believe
I
we're
remember their
4-0
jungle not
versus
being
these
very
guys.
great.
Oh,
That's
what
what I remember.
Tortugas
I
is
remember
over.
that-
I don't
Not-
remember
Yeah.
any of these
I don't remember them, to be honest. A lot of the filler teams in our group are pretty mindless. Just smash them, Win
Oh,
team
but
fights, win
they
the
got
game.
they got
Why are
tilted
you
Trent.
stealing my flame right now? Like,
I
what's
mean-
going on right
That's true though.
there
That's real
not
life.
being-
Wait,
now?
someone said tilted Trent was a good mid though, and they do have tilted Trent, so maybe that will.
I remember someone saying, not someone saying, I remember playing against them, and they were not able to execute on their team comp very well. I remember
Actually-
best in Oxford was Oriana, and if it's the right team, their support is also Blitzcrank Thresh one trick.
I
And
take that back.
He
The-
picks. If anyone on that team is here, pick Thresh instead of Blitzcrank. His Thresh
Oh.
was
Wait, which team?
30,000 times better than his Blitzcrank. If I'm thinking about the right team, I don't know if I am.
Well,
Iron
Thresh is
Chefs.
Thresh is
actually
also a lot
has
better.
One of the
anyway.
best bot lanes in our group, I think. Iron Chefs probably has the second best bot
I just
lane
think
in
that
our group.
Blitzcrank is not a
Who-
great champion in general.
Iron Chefs.
it's
I
We're
like-
just not a
suppose
competitive.
It's
It takes a
Weasel.
lot more coordination to pull off. a
I mean,
Blitz.
Thresh just adds a lot more to a team comp than Blitz does in terms
Yeah,
of
I
like.
remember they had Oriana J4 and they against a Jinx and they didn't once use the Oriana J4 ball combo. They were unable to actually do that. And
I feel like a lot of teams do that. Like they pick these comms, and then they don't execute them. Like they don't play it right.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
yeah.
they want to, but then they just don't. 'Cause they haven't practiced it.
Iron Chefs took a game off of us, and their bot lane is actually very good. They're the only bot lane that's given Poop and I any sort of competition.
yeah, that's
I think that
actually
they're-
true to
they're
me as
gonna
well.
Until
I remember,
Sunday.
I remember
Mm.
not.
Teiho
Okay.
does
Huh?
not.
Dude, someone
I'm
said
just-
Te-
I'm just hearing all these claims, and I'm gonna remember this when comms comes around. That's all.
on
Like,
Sunday.
I'm gonna reserve my flame for later on. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, it's not like you're even gonna.
But in the end of the day, whoever goes to the invitational, if you guys do poorly, I'm flaming you for the rest of the season.
I mean, have fun
'Cause,
down there after we beat you.
Can we get a team
Yeah.
interview after Sunday? If they stream it, you can ask if they'll do like an interview. I don't know. We usually don't do that unless it's after like finals. But I mean, you can ask if they end up streaming it. Just depends on who's casting, or if
Yeah.
we're able to stream it since champs
That
at the
would
same
be-
time.
It's definitely probably the hypest game in Rampage.
yeah, it's pretty hype. Cross group action.
I mean, I could also do a text interview.
I'm
sometime
down
next
for it
week.
either.
Yeah,
Just hit me up.
I
mean, hey, I could
I
help you
could
guys
do that
out.
as well, or someone else can do it.
You
Just
guys
talk-
already got text.
Yeah, I've been
just-
looking for one to do. A few teams have dropped out. I've been looking for one to do.
I mean, I don't know. Do one doesn't have to be a team that's
Have we
winning. It could be a team that's, I don't know, maybe just has a couple of players that are interesting. You want to talk to everyone. You don't have to just interview like the teams that are winning or like the teams where you know everyone. Sometimes it's just fun to pick a random team where you don't know anyone on
Yeah, you're right.
any of the players. I've done that and get good interviews out of that. Mystical Arch says just talk and banter and trash talk. I'm sure there'll be plenty of banter
I believe that's already
after the
been done.
game. It is already
Yeah, that's
happening.
the best channel.
It's literally only Mowgli talking though. Like I swear to God, half the messages.
Mowgli versus
Mowgli. It's literally just it's fucking Mowgli and Crab
Mowgli
Rave.
versus Crab Rave.
It's just Crab Rave versus Moe's and trash talk.
Also, what's the guy that talks there a lot? I forget his name. Backpack is in there a lot.
Backpack is from Crab Rave.
Oh, I thought you meant.
No server I've been has ever had good trash talk. It's always been like the most small PP back and forth.
One time I said something and Cage said Rampage trash talk with 2 crab emojis and it made me feel bad.
No, that's
Rampage
I think
trash
that's a
talk's
good
the
thing
best.
because Rampage trash talk is the best.
We love
It's
Rampage
it's
trash
better
talk.
than Dominate trash talk. Dominate's boring.
Oh, I just got added in trash talk. Oh God, what's happening?
It's,
It's the
it's probably one of
mid-laner.
your teammates.
mid. No, it's
Oh, yeah,
Oh, he gave
It's
me.
our
great.
That's the pointer finger.
Dominate's always boring. Yeah, I agree. It is always pretty boring because people don't really want to trash talk. I mean they do trash talk, but then
I think you're
people
supposed to read above that.
but then people get offended very easily
Oh.
and Dominate. So that's kind of the
Smack
problem.
it
That's
so
kind of the problem with
hard.
Dominate trash talk.
Oh,
It's
man.
that small PP syndrome.
Yeah, we're talking about I will dominate. Well, anything else you guys want to add before we close out?
Oh no, this is pretty cool, dude. I don't know.
I'm pretty
It's been
excited.
pretty interesting to just watch how this season unfolded. Like
Yeah.
low key, as much as like I flame, like all of you are pretty much just NPCs while I'm like the main character. Like,
Teiho, shut
Yeah.
up. You're not even a character on our team.
I'm just curious. Is there like an MVP at the end of the season?
oh
Um,
god.
So I don't know.
I
It
don't
depends.
think it really
I wish
affects
we
you
would
because
do
you're
that,
not gonna
though.
win it.
It depends on if. I mean,
Yikes.
usually in finals, the casters will choose an MVP of like
Yeah.
the entire series. And if someone,
Like
I mean, if someone takes over All Stars, I guess there might be All Stars, but All Stars never seems to work out in Risen. So I don't know. We'll see if someone wants to do All Stars or not. Or like,
Hey, I was
I love
saying we
to
need to
know,
do
it's,
open versus pre-made.
I mean, if you guys want to set that up with the winners, I'm sure they would
Yeah,
stream it.
I wanted. Yeah, I was saying open. I
I've
said
been
that in
saying
feedback.
that since
have you guys
started doing
participated in any
pre-mades.
other Risen seasons? Because this is actually my first.
I think it's everyone on our team's first season. I think both
nice.
these teams.
Yeah, I think
don't-
also all of us are first time.
I think I don't know
Teiho's the
about
only one.
Brickburner. Brickburner might have been in seasons before.
Yeah, he's
Brickburner's-
never done it before,
Brickburner's
right?
been
Brick-
in
Brick
previous
Burners
seasons.
that.
Yeah, he's played
Oh,
before.
okay.
Brickburner has.
But he's only played one game with us, so our first.
Yeah, this is your first season, right?
I don't play League of Legends. Dude.
Yeah. So I think it's all 5 of us are first timers.
League of Legends. is a
we've
difficult game.
had a pretty good showing for being a complete rookie team. to
Yeah,
Risen.
there's a lot of new players.
I
This season,
remember
which
us
is
saying
nice.
at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's always fun seeing the new faces kind of rise up and play really well.
The Comcast drop, which happens probably like once a day
Comcast
per
sucks.
stream. Yeah, we're back.
Fucking
Okay.
Comcast.
Word.
What do we want to add before we
Peace.
go?
Did you miss me saying that my Zoe ADC is insane?
I did miss that. Have
Yeah,
Have you played Zoe ADC in Rampage?
Oh no, and I never will.
Hey, let's see some mages balling. I want to see it.
I
That's my-
actually
love it.
think I'm pretty sure if we win our next game and OHC drops their next game, we are guaranteed number 1. So if that happens, I think we're just gonna definitely try and pull a Team Liquid and like troll around and
just
like
meme
find
around.
interesting strategies.
It's always fun. I love playing
Like
mages
not only
ball
is it
now.
fun, but like it's an actual good time to like get practice on these things because like scrims are never taken seriously 100%. You can't like take scrim results for like on stage. Like not on stage. This is
On stage.
Yeah, on stage.
Yo,
On
we are
stage, yeah, we're
academy
playing
right
on
now,
stage
boys.
now?
I'll see you
there-
guys in LCS.
Original stage.
I think you got to be a certain age to get an LCS contract.
Wait, we
there,
are
bud.
LC. Oh, wait. Slandra said we are LCK. IRD is NA. Do you remember quarterfinals last year?
I mean,
Wait,
to
LCK
be fair,
lost to NA
like,
last year.
low key, no flame. Fucking whoever that was. I forgot the team's name because they were actually pretty fucking bad. But that team could have probably been a mid-tier NA team. At that point, they would have been a mid-tier NA team.
Africa Freaks.
Yeah.
Freak.
Like, even
As
though
a-
Keen was a god, like, Keen was still a god. But, like, the rest of the team might as
Because
well.
everyone in Korea and China, other than IG, well, even IG had this a little bit too, but they were better than all the other teams. Had Kaisa syndrome.
Yikes.
All of them
Kaisa.
were like,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Kaisa, and then they C9. Literally, I remember against RNG, everyone was hyping up Uzi, and then they literally just like every team fight they would kill everyone.
Because,
but
I mean, that's
they
because they
didn't,
decided to just completely kill all ADCs for that Worlds.
well, better than the Ardent Sensor meta.
That's arguable.
No,
I like
no.
Arden meta.
I didn't.
Tank meta.
I was a Jin
Tank.
main.
No,
during
no
that.
Hey,
tank
no T
meta.
words.
No tank
No
meta.
T
Need
word.
another
Even-
tank.
Anyone
though
remember
my
lane
top laner
swap
plays
meta?
tanks.
Anyone remember lane swap meta? And
That was the
Real
most
play.
Risen sleeper.
that was the most cancerous thing to watch. I'm not even kidding.
What?
Like-
Tank meta was amazing. What are you
No,
talking
I know I'm
lane
talking
swap.
about lane swap
No,
meta.
he said
where
lane
literally
swap.
you
Oh,
meta.
lane swap meta? Dude, that was...
the first
Super
10
Resident.
minutes
I
of
don't
the
know.
game.
Like the
Or
only
just
thing that
team
like
sitting
made
towers.
lane swap meta like really bad is because in solo queue it's pretty hard to pull off something like that. Like you'd actually have to have someone who's comfortable enough to go in a 2v1 situation and not feed their
Well, I
fucking
never
team.
saw it in solo queue. I'm talking more about like pro play. Like watching LCS, the first 10 minutes was team sitting towers, and that was all you would watch. It's like so terrible.
Can we go back to funneling? No.
Oh,
I
No.
know
I mean,
funneling.
Sona Tarek
I mean,
is
Sona
kinda
Target,
like
yeah, is
funneling.
kind of like
well,
a little bit
the
like
counter
funneling.
like-
to Sonateric is
Like a
actually
Walmart funnel.
yeah,
Walmart brand funnel.
it's not like real funnel. That was not fun to watch
Those
either.
The
sucks.
funnel
I hate
you
it.
going towards the Sona.
This meta is really good for pro play, but I don't like playing Jinx in solo queue. She's so not fun.
Yeah, bot
You
lane
don't
and
like
solo queue
Jinx?
feels
I love
bad.
Jinx.
Yeah,
go
but
to.
that's why I switched to mid. Like I just was enjoying it more. Like I'm not doing as well, but it's just overall more fun, and that's all I care about. And I can just my Zoe. Okay, my Zoe overall is actually pretty good.
Dude, I
Oh.
want
More
to play
than
Kale, but we never play a team comp that's like good enough for Kale.
We played Kill
Well,
once
I
or
was,
twice.
no,
Well,
I
our
was
jungler
told,
thinks
I was told
Sejuani
to
is a bad
practice
champion,
Kale
so-
support. I know. I was told to practice Kale support, and then like the day after I started practicing Kale
Bro.
support, they just like they just like killed her.
Yeah, because what we're
That
gonna do
goes
is
never
do the
good.
epic. We'll like first pick Kale, and they'll be like, "Wait, what are they doing?" And then counter pick in top lane, and then we just put it support.
I actually wanted to pull out the Kale support too, but then they literally just.
I
killed
want to
it
pull out the
uncollectible, but-
Aurelia and Aatrox ADC and even the Zoe ADC by the end of the season.
Zillion
Slow
ADC?
down, man.
Zoe.
Oh, Zoe.
I play a
Zillion
pretty.
flex pick.
I play. I play a pretty nasty Aurelia ADC. I know Raya's ADC, man.
Oh God. Here we go, boys.
Wake me
By the way,
up.
we're gonna start selling IRD jerseys if anyone wants to buy some.
Oh, really?
What website? Who's making them?
Hmm.
Hey, Sunday will be IRD's jungler's chance to shine because
It's
the
Brit.
Tortuga's jungler is not very good.
Oh no.
But
Oh,
I won't
don't
lie,
worry,
the
if our
Shota is
jungle-
I mean,
really
hey,
our-
you're not allowed to flame him. Only I'm allowed to flame
yeah,
him. All right.
we're allowed to.
Oh, I'm gonna
Uh,
flame him.
Like he may
Don't
be
worry.
sleeper tier, but he's my sleeper tier.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play Lee Sin, we're all good. You do not need to pay attention to our second game last Friday or 2 Fridays ago. 2 Fridays ago.
Dark Pie.
Dark Pie's got some good flame.
I like this guy.
Kind of funny.
Alright, so since we're getting close to an hour, we're gonna end it here. Thanks guys for joining.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
We'll probably do
Thanks for
one of
having us.
these. Yeah, of course. We'll probably do another one like during playoffs sometime. Probably right, maybe before playoffs start. And then probably one at finals as well. Once we know who's in finals. So thanks
Yeah.
for watching, guys. Thanks for all the questions. They were really good. Alright.
Good
Ever-
luck to all the teams here.
Oh yeah, and good luck to
Yeah.
everyone playing this weekend
See you guys on Sunday.
and on Sunday
Yeah,
too.
see you guys on Sunday.
All right, bye guys. Thanks.
Make sure to tune into the match on Sunday, everyone. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good one.
hopefully it's streamed. If it's streamed, it'll be announced on the
Don't
Discord.
worry, it'll be streamed on my buddy
It'll
Erk's
be
channel.
somewhere.
Or
Tune in
it'll
Friday.
Irk?
yeah.
Irk with
Tune,
5 Rs?
tune in tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Kirk with 5 Rs.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.